Hello and welcome to our presentation. Start Rite Shoes was founded in 1792 in a small English town called Norwich. They are the leading shoe seller, providing newborn babies and children with shoes for over 225 years. They aim to sell their products to children from the ages of 0 to 8, and they are also the first company to carry out a nationwide survey of children's feet in 1943, which enabled future knowledge into how children's shoes were made.
Start Rite pride themselves as experts in little feet, with the aim to help kids move free and provide a quality shoe that is shaped to children's feet in order to aid their development. As statistics and our research shows, there is currently a growing concern over child obesity, exercise levels and general fitness amongst kids aged 5 to 15 years in the UK, which is why we would like to work with Start Rite to address this issue and aim to promote and educate an active and fit lifestyle for children with our campaign One Step at a Time.
Start Rite sells a wide range of shoes for any occasion to fit children in their development. Their main customers are parents of children aged 0 to 8. Parents are the audience for this particular segment because they are the customer purchasing the product and the child is the consumer. With the children's global footwear market continuing to grow, it's important to cater for children's health. With feet not fully developing until 18 years old, it's important for the shoes to be supportive to the feet. The shoe also needs to catch the attention of the consumer. Popular shoes regularly bought are trainers. This can be shown through filtering popular kids' shoes on websites like Shoe and Clarks, with trainers being the easiest to measure and support during wide ranges of activity, along with being comfortable and also the possibility of gender neutral. The age category for our campaign is 5 to 10-year-olds, otherwise known as Generation Z. With 1 in 3 increasing to be identified as obese at 10 years old, we have chosen this age category to help improve change before it becomes a struggle or even worse, a health issue. This age category is increasingly using technology. Statistics from ChildWise show a 38% increase in mobile phone ownership in this age group since last year. Over 50% of children aged 5 to 10 own a smartphone or tablet. This technology is mostly used for games or the app YouTube. The Start Rite app will be game orientated with the idea of gaining prizes and having a leaderboard against friends. It suits the age range in comparison to the trends on technology. With over 50% owning some range of technology, we can successfully link the shoe pedometer to an app the children will be able to access. The app shoe size ranges for 5 to 10-year-old is 9 to 2.5. This is important to know when producing our shoes and testing them with children to help production costs and reduce overproduction.
Next, I'll be discussing the PESTEL Analysis. In terms of the political aspect of our campaign, the Department for Education have said that in order to build strong development in children, sports are a crucial component outside of the classroom. Therefore, through our app, children can participate in a wide variety of sports and then gain rewards as incentive for exercising regularly. In terms of the economic aspect of our campaign, obesity costs the NHS and the economy as a whole billions per year. We hope that through our app, children will want to exercise more and then carry on this mentality into their adult life, hopefully reducing obesity and the strain that it is on our resources. In terms of the social aspect, 18% of the UK's population are between the ages of 0 to 14, and this age group also makes up half of the dependency ratio. As well as this, 83.7% of the population live in urbanised areas where we will aim to sell the shoes, and 27.8% of the total population are considered to be obese, so this is clearly an issue even within adults. The technology behind our campaign is actually very interesting, as you can see from figure 1. It can be seen that 36% of 3 to 4-year-olds play games and 10% have their own tablet, as well as this 63% of 5 to 7-year-olds play games and 42% have their own tablet. Through this information, it's clear that children do have a very strong online presence, and thus using our Exercise Rite app, it would be a useful way of attracting children to exercise more, as it's portrayed as a game, for them to compete with their friends and win prizes through the milestone reward system. In relation to the environment, parents in the UK have been receiving fines for driving children to school in order to reduce the environmental impact that driving has upon the world. We hope that through our app, children will be more persuaded to walk to school, thereby reducing fines, reducing pollution, and also gaining steps on their pedometer, leading to rewards. Lastly, I will be discussing the legal aspect of our campaign. In light of new regulations set by the ICO, our app will minimise data collection as well as setting the location services as off by default in order to protect children. These are the new regulations for most online games, educational websites and apps.
This section is going to highlight the types of research methods that can be used. There are two types of research methods, and these include qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative, which is described by Baines, denotes research methodologies relying on small samples using open and probing questions that set out to uncover underlying motives and feelings. Quantitative research methods are to elicit responses to predetermined standardized questions from many respondents. This involves collecting information, quantifying the responses as frequencies or percentages and descriptive statistics, and analyzing them statistically. Quantitative research is thus commonly used in descriptive and casual marketing research, and replication is a highly desirable trait of the outcome of such research. These quantitative data collection methods are much more structured than qualitative data collection methods. Common methods include types such as surveys, online and offline, face-to-face or telephone interviews, and longitude studies. Paul Baines, 2017, page 73.
We recommend using two types of research methods. The first method being observation. This is to be able to see how active kids already are. This will be carried out through getting 100 participants to create a week of daily observation wearing the shoes with the pedometer in. This will then help understand the average steps children take daily. We can then interpret the data into the app to understand where best to place incentives and prizes to keep pushing children to be more active. Our second primary research method is surveys. This can be given through schools for kids and parents to do together about the children. This is so we can gain accurate data and analyse the results to build our conclusion on how our campaign will be successful. We will carry out a non-probability sample method called purposive sampling. This is so we can gather an understanding specifically on children aged 5 to 10 and how active they are daily, to understand how many steps we should set our incentives to encourage kids to stay active with Start Rite. To ensure we can carry out a successful research, we will develop an understanding through randomly selecting children across the UK aged 5 to 10. There are 16,769 primary schools in the UK and roughly 3.5 million children aged 5 to 10. Using an online sample calculator with SurveyMonkey, we entered the population, which was estimated at 3.5 million, the confidence level at 95% that if the research is taken again, we will get a similar/same result, that children aged 5 to 10 need to become more active and understand more about a healthy lifestyle. The error we set at 5%, only 5% of parents who wouldn't agree with encouraging their kids to be more active and healthy. And with this in consideration, the sample size will consist of 385 participants aged 5 to 10.
Our findings suggest that the use of technology is growing in some way. Children especially are being exposed to technology at an early age. We also found that wearable technology is growing in popularity. This therefore means that children are more likely to favour a product that uses technology in some way. Our findings also suggest that it is more beneficial to encourage children to be active at a younger age. This then may help to prevent children developing health issues in the future. Some previous interviews with parents have suggested many find it difficult to balance their work and family life, and that many young children have weight issues. Parents would therefore like something to help their children to stay active and encourage activity so that there will be a better chance in life and stay healthy. We also found that approximately 96% of children watch television. This means that television adverts could be the most effective way of attracting children to the product. This means that children may be more likely to introduce their parents to the product. This therefore may be a good way of reaching our target market. Our findings also suggested that children prefer a trainer style of shoe. This is because the style apparently provides more comfort and there is more of a choice in style. This therefore means it will be the best design to use in our campaign.
Based on our research and findings, we have designed and chosen our campaign one step at a time, which will act as a back-to-school campaign. We propose the use of pedometers inserted into the soles of Start Rite shoes to allow kids to track their steps. Each pair will have its own QR code inside the shoebox for you to scan, and then this allows you to connect to the Exercise Rite app to see your steps add up daily as you exercise. This makes it customer exclusive, the app. The app will allow kids to link with their friends and create fun competitive leaderboards to promote being active. The campaign will also use incentives such as the children reach step milestones. Incentives include discounted or free active days out like Go Ape, laser tag, trampoline centres, trips to parks such as Wicksteed, and many more can be added also. Our research showed that in the 21st century, kids are native in using technology, which is why we introduced the use of the app to link with their friends and the leaderboard feature, as this integrates technology with being active and ensures further engagement. Kids love days out and parents love discounted or free days out to entertain their kids. The idea of incentives will therefore keep both engaged with the product and steps as they try to reach the milestones. Generation Z is increasing in their use of technology, therefore the integration of being active with technology will see these features keep them engaged and ensure further success in the campaign.
In regards to the media for the campaign, we will submit an advertisement in school e-newsletters prior to children going back to school, probably around the time period of July and August, to give parents time to purchase the shoes before the children go back to school in September. Email marketing is a quick and cheap, efficient way of getting the attention of parents, as they will already be reading the newsletter. We thought that we could also include a 10% discount if bought through the newsletter, with an extra incentive to purchase the shoes. We'll also be setting up a Facebook account specifically for this campaign and post regularly, as it's an ideal platform for our target audience, which you can see from the statistics labelled on this slide.
This section will cover how the shoe which we will create will benefit the parent. Based on the research found out and how obesity is affecting children, producing a shoe that is able to support the needs of the children's development and keeping parents' minds at ease is important to start right. Parents these days are very busy and therefore find it difficult to find time to take their kids out for exercise. It's important to consider how using this shoe will be able to facilitate an active lifestyle for their children. For example, having the pedometer in the bottom of the shoe will enable them to provide an entertaining way of maintaining an active lifestyle for their kids, and the competition and leaderboards with friends. For example, they can go to school and in the playground they might have a certain amount of steps each to complete. This can be facilitated by teachers as well, having a leaderboard in class, and also having a bit of competition will always make children want to run more to be able to win prizes. This also means that they have to drive them to numerous sports clubs. As a busy parent, people do not want to or do not have the time to be driving their kids to numerous places. Therefore, they'll be more active at school. Also, due to technology and more children having phones, iPads, and being engaged in social media and online games, that sort of thing. Going to school and also walking to school and stuff, they are able to track their steps and see how far they've walked, and also get higher up in the leaderboard and therefore compete with their friends. The idea of purchasing these shoes will be to support an active lifestyle. So in buying them, a parent is supporting their kids as they will be able to better gain a active lifestyle and be healthier.
It is important to carry out research both during and after the campaign to measure the success. Analysis of the amount of incentives claimed will help see if the shoes are encouraging a more active lifestyle, through analysing consumer trends such as how many steps are being achieved in regards to how many people are claiming incentives. Collection of data when connecting the unique QR code to the app is also a research method we could look into. This means the average user's steps when they first began wearing them can be compared to the steps now. Is there an increase in the activity can be looked at as well. However, with this, the consumer must agree to terms and conditions allowing us to analyse their active data. Data protection laws and policies must also be combined within this method, and that is very important. Analysis of secondary data can also be used, such as NHS child obesity reports, which will help gauge the success of the campaign. Another method is surveys through StartRite's mailing list and social media channels, which is another recommended method. This allows consumers to give feedback on the campaign, whether they feel their children have become more active as a result of purchasing the product. and also suggestions on a product can be given to further improve the campaign overall in the future.